Have you guys ever wondered why it's hard for women to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Alright guys, so let's dig deep into this topic. So I've organized it into many bullet points for myself and for you guys so I can explain myself more clearly. So my first point is exposure. I don't think a lot of girls at a young age were exposed to a lot of, like the whole girls like dolls, guys like action figures, pink, blue, like Barbies, like Transformers and all that. It's all the exposure when you're a kid, because for me, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z.
You're going to love this. Trust me.
I grew up with Power Rangers. I love the action figures. I love Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! But a lot of my childhood friends at the time, they just weren't interested. They thought it was oh, ew, cooties, that's a boy thing. So I was definitely the tomboy of the group. I grew up as a tomboy. I loved going to the mini shops in Chinatown, getting all those booster packs because I couldn't afford boxes, obviously. And opening it at the park, playing it with my guy buddies. So for me, that was my childhood, but it's because I was so interested in it. So I was just very exposed to that part in an early time of my life. So now when I see Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Kaiba, Yugi, to me that's just very nostalgic. I would think about my childhood, how much fun I've had as though I do now. But yeah, so that nostalgia would just make me come back to the game. So it just makes me more interested, oh wow, there's newer cards, there's newer summoning mechanics that we didn't have. Back then it was just oh hey, tribute 2 for Blue Eyes, I win. So I think exposure is a very big thing, because even when I talk to my girlfriends now, they'll be oh, why are you so into this game? How did you start a YouTube channel with this? And I'll be no, it's my childhood. That's what I grew up with. I would just look at these and be oh wow, I'm still interested in it. So I think exposure is one of the main things why females in general don't really get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright guys, so moving on to my second bullet point is generally a lot of males just play the game more, and I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that out. Because even if I go to events or locals, generally I would be the only female player there, or if I'm lucky I'll see maybe 1 or 2 other female players, but that's a very rare situation, and I haven't seen a lot of those occurrences throughout the year and a half of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And we talked about this over at our stream at twitch.tv/HeadtoHead paddles. We do a lot of dope Wednesday podcast streams, so come check us out there. So yeah, going back into it, I think the ratio generally for male to female in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is maybe I don't know, for female 1 to 500 or 1 to 1,000. I know we're just generalizing things, but it's not hard to see that, to be honest. And especially for Yu-Gi-Oh! Guys, you have to be comfortable while playing the game. You guys know we're there 6+ hours, especially if you're playing Top Cut or something. Oh my goodness, you are literally there the entire day. So being a woman, just being there by yourself, in a room full of, just men, no other females, it can get a little uncomfortable. So I definitely do understand why women would kind of just sway away from the game just because of that. So, I mean, yeah, this was a point that I did want to bring up for this topic. All right, guys, moving on to my third bullet point. I don't even know how to even dive into this topic because this is a more sensitive area, I guess. So, but it is awkward male interactions. I don't even know where to begin because I've heard so many other stories from my other fellow female players, and some of them can range from, oh my god, this really happened, to oh, that's sweet. That was very a sweet, friendly interaction. So just, I guess from my personal experience, what I would typically get is when I sit down and this player does not know me. This player has never, seen me on YouTube, anywhere. He would assume that, oh, she might be easy. Maybe she's new to the game. She might be a free match. And I don't know where this stigma kind of comes from, but you know, I think it's just the whole, you know, same thing. You don't see a lot of women in the game, so, you know, automatically maybe they might just assume like, oh, maybe she's new, she's getting into the game, so she might, you know, she's definitely a beginner, but, you know, who knows what's going on, like, inside their heads. Like, we'll never know. So that's one interaction. Some of the other interactions are more, oh, wow, there's a female, there's a woman. Oh my God, I've never seen that before. So yeah, there are some funny interactions as well. So for me personally, it was more like funny, like awkward. Some of them were really sweet. Guys, like I have met the friendliest, the sweetest players ever. Like you guys are amazing. But yeah, I mean, but there are definitely stories here and there that I do hear about regarding female players when they're playing, you know, at an event or so. And you know what, guys? I'm gonna invite my good friend Zara, and let's hear her input.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zarkon, aka 5th Rate Duelist. And why don't girls play Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, first of all, I'm a girl and I play Yu-Gi-Oh very competitively, travel all over the US, and bubble everywhere I go. It's a great life. And I'll just say that dudes can be really weird and make me uncomfortable. Like, you know, I can go into a shop and it gets quiet and everyone stares at me, or I can go in a shop and then I get hit on by all these dudes who have newfound self-confidence from putting deodorant on the day before. And it's like, bro, you and your hentai playmat need to calm the hell down. Can I say hell? I'm sorry. Calm the heck down. Yeah, just bleep it out. It'll be good. You know, I have people assume I don't know how to play the game. I have people try to cheat. I'll have people ask the person next to them how my cards work, instead of just asking me directly. I had one dude ask me in the middle of a game if I'd ever had sex with anyone. I've never recovered from how awkward that was. We have dudes that like sit across from me and go like, oh, you know, I've never dueled a female before, and it's like, I know you're being progressive, but you are being very cringe right now. And yeah, I had a situation at a tournament where a dude just started yelling misogynistic things after the match, and yeah, that situation got really big, and it's just sort of like, makes the game uncomfortable. It just adds another layer of stress when all I want to do is alpha tribute Zeta. That's all I freaking want to do. So yeah, stop being weird. Thank you.
Alright guys, so for my final bullet point is number 4. The game is goddamn expensive, and I think this applies for everyone. You know, it's not just females, it's not just men, this is everyone. Whatever you identify with. You guys cannot argue. This game is very expensive. It is one of the more expensive hobbies that I've ever dived into. Yeah, guys, like think about it. A common ash is what, $15, maybe even $20. I haven't even checked TCG Player on that, but yeah, the game, it's definitely hard financially, right? Because you also want to be stable. You know, you want to pay your bills. I want you to be able to pay your rent, bills, food, expenses, anything before you dive into a game, especially like Yu-Gi-Oh, because once you get into it, it's fun. Like, I realized I love collecting. I'm sorry, I love shiny cards. I guess I'm a max rarity player. Who knew? But yeah, it is really expensive, and I think that just kind of sways anyone from playing it, right? But we do have online simulators, thankfully for that. But even once you start playing in those simulators, you want to play with real cards. You want to play with real cardboard in front of real people. So that's when it gets to that point. And you know, I would have to invite my good friend Elysium, for those guys know, and let's hear her point.
So there are 3 main reasons why more women don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. First reason, y'all some broke bitches. Like, y'all can't even get on the flex gang. Like, come on. You gotta learn how to flex a little. Like, it's embarrassing to be around you guys. Like, why would I want to be around you broke bitches? Just get rich. Like, y'all can't even afford one simple poppy boy, and this shit ain't even hard to get. Like, come on, do better. And second of all, even if you got the nice little poppy boy, Y'all too bad to use it properly anyways. Y'all just a snooze fest, ain't even a challenge, ain't even a bother. Why would I even bother if y'all just ain't gonna do shit? Like, get better. And third and final reason, y'all a bunch of fucking weirdos. I'm looking at all you feed ash people. Learn how to socialize.
Alright guys, so for my closing thoughts. I love this game, and I think anyone should be able to comfortably play and love this game as much as Susu and I do, whether it be male, female, or whatever you identify as. And I understand that there is a divide in the communities, specifically between males and females, but I do believe if we do band together as a community, we can inject a lot of positivity into the game. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like and comment, and just comment down below if you disagree or agree with any of the things said in the video. And for my fellow female players currently watching this video, comment down below. I would love to hear your stories of how you got into the game, what your favorite deck is, whatever you want to tell me or ask me. So guys, this video has gone long enough. So this is Jen from HeadtoHead Battles, signing out.
What's up, guys?
If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, alright? Go watch it. This is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles.
Jen from HeadtoHead Battles,
Signing out.